What is your biggest dream that you are yet to accomplish? Like specific goals before I'm 30. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be doing a Q&A with you. But yeah, I actually put a poll on my YouTube channel but also on my Instagram. So yeah, if you have more questions, feel free to DM me and I'm happy to answer. So let's start with the first question, which is any tips on work-life balance as a highly sensitive person, and what has been helpful for me to detach myself from work when there is something stressful. So all these questions I'm going to be just answering them without any structure, but yeah, I just felt like I wanted to get to know you a bit more and for you to know me. Okay, I definitely need some water while I'm gonna sit down and chat with you guys. So yeah, if you have a drink, depending on what time of the day you're watching, you can have a coffee or a favorite drink, and let's get to it. So any tips on work-life balance? So I have created a video about what it's like to be a highly sensitive person and navigating my career as a HSP and also an introvert. So yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, please check it out. So I guess recently how I really detach myself from work is to have other routines that don't involve work. So outside of my 9 to 5, I for example, I try to put in a workout, or I would have a routine where I make myself dinner, and having these routines has really helped me not think about work and just detach myself from work completely. I think also I also think that if you're feeling like your work is taking a lot of your time, and I think it's kind of normal that your work is taking most of your time in your day, because most people do work a 9 to 5 job, try to put in moments time in throughout your day to go out for a walk and to really wind down. And it's not easy in every job, because I remembered when I was in OT, I found it really hard to have those pockets of moments to wind down. But what helped me the most is even during lunchtime, instead of being in the lunchroom, I will intentionally go outside and get myself something like a coffee, or just go out for a walk. And then when I'm ready to interact with people again, I do. Specific tips for HSPs, I definitely think that it's important for us to not think about our clients outside of work, because we are quite empathetic people. I feel like I hold on to people's energies when I listen to their problems. So it's important for you to write down how you're feeling, what has happened today, and unload all of the things onto paper, and not feel guilty about how you're feeling. And it's really about validating your own emotions and how your body feels, and then it's best not to think about work. And yeah, I think it's also a great way for you to self-reflect, and when it's time for you to debrief with your supervisor, it's a lot easier to process your thoughts. Me, I do internalize a lot of my thoughts, especially if I'm going through a stressful time. And so what helped me the most is definitely journaling, and if I have someone I trust to talk to, do that. But obviously it's hard if you have clients and about is quite confidential. with my current role right now, I don't really have a problem with detaching myself from work because there is not much emotional load that I experience. And I do think the only thing I can think of is like, because I do work from home, I find it hard to detach myself from work. It's hard to know the difference between, or am I working or when I'm not working. Especially when it comes to like taking my lunch break. I always tell myself, oh, like I can take my lunch break a little bit later because I'm at home and I can do that. But it's okay to feel like your routine is not perfect and that there's days when you can't detach yourself from work. But yeah, those things, the things I've talked about has helped me the most. I also I think I want to notice is that as we get older, a lot of our friends we just end up talking about work, and especially if you do hang around people who are quite ambitious, it's so easy to talk about work. But I would recommend you to steer away from talking about work with your friends all the time, because you'll end up like thinking about it, and yeah, basically you feel like work is like everything. So yeah, like maybe suggest to do fun things with your friends, like things that you've always wanted to try. So like for example, like I always like dancing, so I suggest like my friends, like let's learn a dance, and doing things where we can create more memories together so that work isn't the only thing that we talk about. Yes, the next question is, what is your biggest dream that you are yet to accomplish? So well, this is like a really deep question. So I feel like my biggest dream, it kind of changes. I think right now it's like basically doing something that allows me to help people. And I'm not sure like exactly that is. Either that is through my hobby or through my actual like 9-to-5 job that will like make a big impact, like a positive impact. It doesn't have to be big. And obviously I have like other dreams, like having a family and being surrounded by people that I love. So yeah, I don't think I really have like a really like ambitious dream. Like I think I used to have these type of dreams where like I'm like, oh, I want to have like my own business and like sell things or like do something that I'm passionate about, which would be cool, but I don't really know what that looks like. I feel like my dream has changed a lot. Like my definition of success has changed a lot as well. I don't know if it's to do with like aging or like just what I've kind of experienced throughout my early 20s, but I've began to appreciate like simple things in life, and value friendships, like relationships with my family, friends, more than success in terms of like having like the highest paying job and getting a house and having expensive things. So like of course those things are amazing to have, but I think my definition of success has changed a lot, and it's a lot about how I actually feel and what aligns with my values. So yeah, the next question is kind of ties with the other question, but this is more like specific goals before I'm 30. So I do have goals. So this is just on top of my head. Like before I'm 30, I would love to travel to Japan, and this is something that I've always like had in my mind to do. So yeah, hope to do that. And I don't know, there's just like so many things that I want to explore. And it's, yeah, I just really was always interested in the culture, and I've learned the language in high school, so I feel like it's time for me to actually be in the country and to actually experience like the culture, and hopefully I get to reconnect with my friend in Japan as well, so I'm super excited. I think another thing is another thing I want to do before 30 is definitely trying as many things as I can that scares me. So like, I think this is really scary for me. Like, putting myself out there online and having a YouTube channel is definitely scary for me. So yeah, like, I think growing this channel to reach more people like you is definitely a goal of mine. I don't really have exact like figure of like what that looks like, but yeah, I definitely want to continue this and see where it goes. And another goal for me is definitely to start like a side hustle, and that allows me to have like side income, but I'm not sure what that is exactly, and I want to do that before I'm 30 or start doing something. So yeah, and I definitely want to do something that allows me to build a community, and I think that's kind of what I've been doing with my social media accounts. And yeah, because I think building a community of like-minded people is really important to me. I think it's because like I don't know, like growing up, like I always felt like I wanted to connect with like-minded people. Obviously I have my friends, but also I really like just getting to know all sorts of people and people that align with like my values and how we want to show up to the world and how we want to help the world. So yeah. Another thing is definitely like tapping more into my spirituality a little bit more, like understanding like what helps me feel more connected to. So I've always been like kind of on and off with my own religion. So I grew up in a Buddhist family, and I always attended like going to the temple with my family, and my mum is also in a temple, so I do feel some sort of like inclination to tap more into my spirituality and my religion. But I definitely say that I am agnostic, where I don't really believe in just one like god or something. Like, I don't just believe that Buddha exists, but I believe like there's something higher than us that kind of have things planned out for us in a way. And yeah, and I do think I'm a more like a spiritual person. So wait, there. So yeah, so basically I feel like I believe that we all have souls and they're somehow like connected to each other. Yeah, that's basically it. So I do think I want to tap more into my spirituality, so probably restarting like my mindfulness journey again, where like I meditate more often, and just to like feel like I can get to know more about like myself, but also yeah, and maybe reading more books about spirituality as well. But yeah, I definitely think that it is hard for me to get into spirituality because I can be a logical person, where if I don't see something, sometimes it doesn't make sense to me. But at the same time, I am an INFJ, so we often are dreamers and we can believe in things that we don't see. So yeah, it's quite conflicting where like I can often be like both like quite a logical person but also someone who's also not. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, that's definitely something I want to do. I do really value self-development and like taking care of my mental health as well. Another goal that I have for myself is to prioritize my mental health. So I have prioritized it by investing in therapy, and although I'm not in it right now, I feel like I want to like put my mental health first no matter like what decision I make in my life. And mental health is something that like you can't really measure it tangibly. It's hard to say like, oh, my mental health is better because there's nothing that can really measure it. That's my opinion, but that's how I feel. How I know I am mentally better is when I am able to function and do things that I love and try things that I always wanted to try. But whenever I feel like stuck in like a place or like I feel like really down, I know that I need to put more time for my self-care. So yeah, that's definitely one of my goals. But yeah, also like financially, I want to be able to kind of like build a secure foundation for myself. Because I moved out, like I feel like it's so important for myself to be financially smart. And as a last goal I have is definitely like building a stronger relationship with either that be family, friends, or a potential partner. So yeah, I really value relationships with people, and I want to surround myself with really like compassionate and genuine and people that will like never really hurt other people. So yeah, I think people that inspire me to be a better person as well. And yeah, so that's basically kind of my goal, but I feel like I'm getting there. Like obviously relationships change over time and you never really can predict what your relationships will be like. And I definitely can say I've learned a lot about like relationships with family, friends, and also like a romantic partner. And I do want to make sure that I put time to strengthen these relationships. But yeah, I think having a supportive partner is definitely something that I really value, and it's something that I want to have before I'm 30. But yeah, I am really hopeful that all of my relationships in my life are going to be like just really supportive and continue to be that way. But yeah, so the next question is, how is your eyesight? So my eyesight is not that great, but so my right side is like negative 4.25 and my left side is negative 3.25. So I'm not sure if that's still correct, but it's, yeah, basically I am blind from like, not blind, but my eyesight's like pretty bad. Like this is like kind of this is like the clearest I can see. And another thing is that I have astigmatism, so like correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, my eyesight just gets really blurry when there's like flashing lights, and especially at nighttime I just don't really drive. But If it's like close distance is okay. I have driven a few times on my time and I just don't like it, but yeah, if I have to, I have to, but I try to avoid it. And it's not something that I can fix. I think I've heard that like astigmatism is not something that you can fix, but yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, and also I'm aware that I'm gonna run out of storage, but next thing is, do you have friends that you see often? So yes, I do. I'm not sure often is, I don't know if it's often, but I would say I always try to see at least like a friend every 2 weeks. But the person that I see the most is definitely my sister and her boyfriend. So yeah, I do see my friends. We don't live that close to each other, but we do still make time to see each other. And I don't know, I just feel like my friends are like my family, so I do. So the last question I have is, what's my skincare routine? So this is my skincare box, and this doesn't include my like facial cleanser, and I think that's basically it. But this is what I use every day. So the first one is this like rice toner from like a Korean skincare brand, and it's almost out. It's from Yeoju, Korea, or I'm not really sure what brand it is, but it's, so yeah, I think this toner is pretty good for sensitive skin. And yeah, I don't think it's the most hydrating toner, but it's like quite gentle on the skin and it doesn't really have a scent. And these are like, the next ones are like my favorite products. So I'll start with like this serum. It's like it's from Beauty of Joseon. So this is like a glow serum, propolis plus niacinamide. Yeah, it's basically what you put like after your toner, and it's super hydrating. I definitely recommend this for people who have dry skin and it's like irritating. I have dry sensitive skin, and because it's so dry, like my face gets oily too. So yeah, that's kind of like my skin, and I have really like thin skin as well, so it can get like damaged pretty easily. So yeah, definitely recommend this. And the next product I have is their cream, Dynasty cream. So I'm almost out of it, but yeah, it's kind of like a water consistency, and it comes with this spatula thing, just like, and it's just super like hydrating. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna repurchase these products. So kind of like that, super hydrating. And the last product is sunscreen, and this is like the holy grail sunscreen. Like if you don't want to wear anything, just get this. Like it's Relief Sun Rice and Probiotics sunscreen by Beauty of Joseon. So all of these products, these 3 products are from Beauty of Joseon, and yeah, it's just super hydrating and makes your skin so like supple. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this short, like, I'm not sure if it's short, but yeah, this Q&A session. And if you have any more questions, feel free to put it in, just like DM me or comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.